Hello tankers and tankettes, welcome to a viewer feature, which this time it's going to be a double spotlight of the Black Prince. Now, normally I just jump in at the very start of the battle, but I fast forwarded things a little bit today. This one has been sent in by HedzerGroen. I probably horribly mispronounced that. I'm pretty sure groen is like green in Dutch, maybe? Not sure. Anyway, as you can see, it's Mountain Pass, he's top tier, and we're going to see one of the strengths of the Black Prince, because it does have some. It's kind of an odd tank. It's well armoured in some regards, and it's got a good gun in some regards. He's top tier, so this is absolutely ideal, but you're going to get to see that it's not totally ideal, because the gun depression on this thing's not too great. The turret armour is, however, pretty damn good, so this is kind of a tricky situation. There's a whole array of targets down there, but the question is, can he actually hit them without exposing too much of his tank in the process? So there was a bounce there. That was kind of lucky, but given the T29 down there has got the stock gun, that one actually did damage him, so there we go. In the tracks, and he's got quite a lot of his side showing to this guy. Well, I say quite a lot of his side, probably not that much, and he's using his position to just rock back and forth and take shots, because this is what this first replay is really showing you, is the rate of fire on this thing is pretty monstrous. I think he's probably got 100% crew. He's probably got a gun rammer as well, just with the number of shots he's putting out. And well, we'll see what the final damage count is. It's going to be pretty impressive for tier 7 with this alpha. He's got a problem here now. This is the gun depression, like I was saying. There's KV-1S's below him that aren't really concerned, but the moment those 3 tanks that can shoot him take an interest, well, he might be in trouble, because he's got to expose quite a lot of his tank. So there we go. That was very lucky miss from the KV-3. T29, the IS has bounced him a couple of times, but that T29 is going to be problematic because he's got more than enough pen, and he can actually shoot the lower front plate. Now, Hetzer does get quite lucky here with some shots missing that might have damaged him, that may have made this a different replay, but he's already up to 3,000 damage. I mean, just look at that. That's just complete machine gun. Now, he could be aiming for the weak spot here, the machine gun port, and he's kind of going for the very... he's going for that T29's hull in an odd place. He's not really going for the upper front plate or the lower front plate. He's kind of shooting exactly in the middle, and some of them penned and some of them didn't. And in the meantime, he did take a big hit from that guy, which was unfortunate. The Black Prince, one of its flaws is the fact that you can be shot from the front and take damage at the same time. It's one of those tanks, like the Churchills that come before it. But if you can get rid of this T29, then 4k damage. Look at that. It's not much alpha, much damage per shot, but the rate of fire is blistering. This is why this is the same gun, the 17-pounder, as the Tog gets, and it's why a trio of Togs is so deadly, because the firepower output between them is quite startling. Yeah, rear of a Black Prince. That's well angled there. I think that guy was trying to make a getaway, and yeah, you don't really make getaways in a Black Prince. 5k damage. Last hopeful shot there didn't really work. We're about 18 seconds from capturing, 16, 15, but Hellcat turns up, fires a shot at the SU, and decaps. So that's him with a Defender medal. You'll also notice, maybe on the left-hand side of the screen, the messages were kind of doubling up, which was, I don't know why that was. So let's speed this up a little bit. We're not quite done yet, but we're nearly there. And this is the only way you're ever going to see a Black Prince going fast. Basically, replay ×2, yeah. I don't know why that that message thing. I've never seen that on another replay file. That is kind of weird. So he's reluctant to go in alone because he's a one-shot kill for the Hellcat, and he knows there's backup, so why risk it? The MX-M4 and the T-29 coming on the Glacier, and the Tiger coming up along his side. So he's just basically waiting for... he wants to stay alive, and who can blame him? And then, I don't know, the enemy Panzer IV spreads a bit of disinformation, and for some reason Hetzer buys it. I don't know why. There's no way the Hellcat could have snuck past. And yeah, there he is. He's in the usual arty spot. I don't know why he turned around and was... I don't know. I don't know what was going through his thoughts just then. But can he... Well... Oh, that would have been sweet if he'd nailed the guy mid-air. Like clay pigeon shooting. Anyway, takes out that Hellcat's tracks. Boom. Bounces a shot from the Hellcat. And... nails him for the coup de grace. So... 5 kills, 5.3, nearly 5.4k damage. That's pretty impressive. That was his mastery badge. He got a steel wall out of that because he walked away with, let's see, 3.4k potential damage. That's not too shabby. But the impressive thing there was just the sheer amount of damage he did. That was 5,300 in a tier 7 battle with that gun is... yeah, you don't see that too often, so that was a good game. So, we'll take a quick look at the pretty pictures I've taken. Yeah. And move on to replay number 2. And here we are, replay number 2. This has been sent in by, and I hope I'm saying this correctly, Jipho. And it's, again, top tier, again, Black Prince. This time it's Pearl River. And you're going to get to see something else that the Black Prince is quite good at. And this is to an extreme that I never experienced when playing my Black Prince. But, yeah, it's... I won't say this is the best match, but it was pretty decent. And... it shows you that, like I said before, you can get damaged through the tracks of the Black Prince quite easily. But if you play your cards right, if you're angling correctly, actually you can bounce a lot of stuff off the sides of this as well. So he's going to the valley. I should also note there's artillery in this battle, which might be... there wasn't in the last battle, but yeah, Black Prince does not like artillery, in common with, really, any other slow tank. I think Jipho, I don't know, just taking a quick look at his, I don't know, back and sides. So, across the bridge, this is a .88 replay like the previous one, and you don't, or rather you do see more these days, people starting on this side of the map will actually stay, they won't venture forth into the valley, they will actually hang back and basically wait in ambush. But that seems to be a more common thing these days, so that's... I'm not sure you'd see this on this side of the map in a match on this map these days. That's a sentence that made so much sense. Anyway, so the one thing I will say right away is Jipho is... he does a fair bit of damage, not as much damage as the last match, but not that far off actually. But there's a whole bunch of shots where they could have done damage, but he wasn't really aiming terribly well. Things like aiming for lower front plates, or aiming for weak spots, or aiming for axles particularly. There's a lot of times, like here, he gets a chance to shoot that VK in the axle, track him and damage him at the same time, but he doesn't take it. So I think there was a lot more missed opportunities in this particular battle, but I'm not going to criticise too much because it was still a nice result. The T-29 in particular proves a tough nut for him because he keeps shooting the upper front plate, which at that angle is going to be a tough one. He does have access to the MG port, but maybe he doesn't know that's a weak spot. So he's concentrating on the VK as a priority. You'll notice on the minimap there's actually an SU-152 and a Black Prince to his left. on the upper section of this middle pass, they're kind of being suppressed by his teammates at the moment. So he's... I don't know if he's aware of this though, or if he's just so concentrated on side scraping against these guys. But look at the number of shots he's bouncing. Now that one was into the side there, but again, just a little bit lower. He could have been into the guy's axle. And shooting the front plate when somebody's angled like that, you want to go for the lower front plate on the T29. With this amount of pen anyway, at that angle. So, look at these bounces, this is ridiculous. This isn't exactly an arty safe spot, but so far artillery's left him alone. And their Hummel, you know, is actually... We can see he's not AFK, he's got one kill, he's doing something, so... Oh, there we go, those were into the lower front plate. So he'd realised by that point that the lower front plate was a better place to shoot. That guy used his repair kit, and yeah, that was a bit of a speculative shot. Hello! Well, the SU's a bit of a worry, but the Black Prince, yeah, lower front plate all day long. So, just nail that guy, takes out his tracks, and 52 health. Oh, well, that bounce, okay, but this one will get it, surely? No, okay. And that guy actually gets away with 52 health. Oh, well, that was just tracks, so not to worry. All adding to the damage count. Yeah, you can guess what's special about this replay. The actual damage dished out is going to be pretty decent, although I think it, like I said, it could have been higher. But it's the potential damage received that's going to maybe make your eyes widen slightly, given that this is a tier 7 tank. I've done nearly that well, I'm not going to say what the number is, but I've done nearly that well on a KV4. I think I have done that well in the IS6, and again this was side scraping. So this is why side scraping is such a powerful technique, especially against enemies that are just unwilling to rush. It's basically him, a Tiger P left at this point, and I think there's an IS that's low health as well. If these guys, at this point, if they had rushed, then they could have... I mean, Jipho has got... It's low alpha, this gun, so you're never going to scare anybody away. But, yeah, they just... It looked like they were going to, and that was just completely half-hearted. They pull back, Jipho gets to do more damage. I think the KV3 is the one that does the most damage to him. And that was artillery. That was, I think, the only time he gets shot by artillery. And now he's in a precarious position, because clearly he's not arty safe. But, for whatever reason, he elects to he stands at his post. He will not let them pass. Yeah, there's... kind of shades of Balrogs and Gandalf here, kind of. He has got some, you know, it wasn't just him. He did have some backup, and a lot of those tanks are dead now, but he wouldn't be where he is, particularly if he'd been alone. I think if he'd been 2 or 3 tanks fewer, then they would have rushed a lot sooner, and as it was, by the time they looked like they were willing to risk it, they were low health themselves and just clearly didn't want to. So, Tiger P, 2% health, very low. IS, they're all one-shot kills for the KV3 with a 122 basically. And oh, hello. Well, that IS is down, and he's tracked though. He's never ever going to reload before the Black Prince does. I don't think Jipho's reload was quite as quick as I've forgotten his name already. That's so good of me. Wow, I am recording this rather late. That's my excuse. I don't think it's as good as the previous person whose replay I just commentated over not 20 minutes ago. But oh god, but it's still pretty fast, and you still, you know, like I said, it's not as good, but it's not far off. 4.1k damage. That's pretty nice. So yeah, just this KV3 left now. There's a Tiger in the middle somewhere. Oh, can we get it? KV3 decides, sod it, gonna go for it, but the Tiger P gets him, so... Whew, okay, that was a bit of a game, that. Yeah, I think Jipho is thinking, do I go back and defend? I don't know what state everyone else is in. Look at those wrecks, so neatly lined up. Well, in death they were symmetrical. Even his enemies were saluting him. GG, BP. So yeah, there's just the Tiger left and the artillery, and the artillery is... he only got shot once, so chances are artillery is over in B2, B3 somewhere. He's in a risky situation because he could be one shot potentially, but it's not that risky. It just depends where the artillery is. Yeah! Surprise, Hummel! You wouldn't have thought the artillery was at that end of the valley the whole time, but yes, he was. He just didn't shoot Jipho. In fact, he shot him once, and then he didn't shoot him again after that at all until, you know, the terminal shot. So there we go. Tiger is 300 health. The Hummel is pretty much dead. VK, yeah, we'll just fast forward this slightly. I'll take control of the camera. We'll see the situation. So there's the AMX, very low health, and the VK. Yeah, he can take a shot from the Tiger though. He should just man up and go for it. The AMX M4 is a one shot, but that VK can take another hit. So he's been a bit cautious though. Yeah, go on, go for it, man, go for it. Oh, and artillery gets him. Well, there we go. So yeah, how do you think he did? How do you think he did? 12.5k potential damage, 12,490 in a tier 7 with, I don't even know how many hit points the Black Prince has, but it's not that many. And in addition to that, he dished out 4.3k damage himself. That was pretty impressive. His score wasn't quite as good as Hedzer, there we go, I remembered now, from the last battle, who walked away from his match with 1800 XP without premium. With premium it would have been 2700. 2700, well, that would be, you know, that would be your high score for sure. But Jipho, you know, 1500, nearly 1600 XP is still pretty respectable. It's almost double what anyone else on the team got. The only person that came close was the AMX M4 with 835. So, yeah, on the whole, I would say he took a bit of a beating there, but he took it very well. I just realised how that may have sounded, but anyway, we'll just let Capturing Guy have some fun with that. So yeah, Black Prince, it's a tank I liked myself, and it's a very capable machine in the right circumstances. Obviously, both those games were top tier, so that always helps in any tank. But even so, both these replays show the Black Prince going above and beyond the Call of Duty, and dishing out more damage than you would think was possible, or taking more damage than you would think was possible for... well, it's quite a sturdy machine, but it's not invincible by any means. So, if you enjoyed this replay, you can hit the like button, you can subscribe to my channel, you can go check out my Facebook page, and my Duckster page even. I'm on Duckster, although it's not much of a page, it's just I'm on Duckster. I don't even know why I said that. And as always, stay tuned for more.